Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and man, I really appreciate you guys checking out the video and hanging out with me for a little bit. Always appreciate that. And guys, today we're going to have a conversation. I've been wanting to do this for about a month about the dudes out there that think they know everything about bass fishing and they think they can't learn anything about bass fishing. And I'm going to basically go over this and show you that they're not as smart as they think they are in today's video. Also, guys, before we get started, just our dreaded daily housekeeping tips here to keep the lights on in the tackle room. I just want to invite everybody out there, if you haven't had a chance, to please hit the subscribe button here at Intuitive Angling. It's a good way to support the channel. And also, please check out all of our links that I put in the description of each video, like channel memberships, my solar bat links, and all my tackle warehouse links. By using and supporting those links, you're really helping the channel out. So much appreciated there. Okay, guys, I have got the last 2 or 3 months, man, I have gotten a rash. I mean, a unproportionally, abnormally high rash of comments about dudes out there that just think they know everything, and they come to the channel basically just to say they know everything, that I don't know what I'm talking about, or nobody knows what they're talking about. They think they got all the answers. Guys, I got some news for you. If you're one of those dudes out there that think you know it all, or think that you can't learn anything by anything out there, you're not as smart as what you think you are. And I want to go over that in today's video a little bit. First of all, the only way that you can learn something in bass fishing, there's two different ways that you can learn something. Number one is from your own practical experience on the water, and number two is surrounding yourself by other good anglers, sort of in a mentorship situation out there. And usually it's a combination of the two. Those particular ways out there, that's how you learn a lot. And a big problem that we have in the sport today is that for whatever reason, it's like people, I don't quite understand why this is, but when the evolution of YouTube and the evolution of YouTube videos have brought out this segment of the population within the bass fishing industry, that they're just a bunch of smart asses that think they know everything. And here's what I want to say to those people. If you're, one of the many people that comment like that and basically come on the videos, like, it's funny because I'll do a video on some little obscure thing that I invented on my own, and somebody will say, "Oh, I've been doing that for 20 years," or "That's no secret, everybody knows about that," or just trying to be a dick is what a lot of people do out there. And I get that. I understand that there's a lot of trolls out there. There's a lot of people that, hide in their mommy's basement and they make posts on social media and on YouTube they'd never say to somebody's face, man to man. I get that part of it. But I've noticed just an uptick on that. So here's what I want to say about those people are not as smart as what they think they know. The most intelligent, wise bass anglers in the world are the ones that are the oldest, that have the most on the water experience. Now, just because somebody is old and maybe they don't do good in tournaments anymore does not mean that they don't know more than you do. That doesn't mean that the value that they have is not worthless. Let's take Rick Clunn, for example. Rick, he's struggled the last decade because, he, like everybody, when they get older, their game goes down because of a lot of different reasons. It happens to everybody. Nobody's immune to it. Rick's got some back problems that probably affects him. There's different things that have changed in the sport. Technology, live scope, side imaging, down imaging has harmed the way that Rick fishes out there. But regardless, even though Rick's performance now is not like it was back in the 90s, he's still at the top of his game as far as teaching people how to fish. And the wisdom that he has absorbed, not just Rick, but everybody out there that's been fishing a long time. Myself, other guys, Denny Breyer, Tommy Biffle, everybody that's been fishing out there that now suck, their performance sucks, they're still smarter than the guys at the top of the game. Guys like Rick Clunn and Denny Brower are smarter about bass fishing, even though they don't do good in tournaments anymore, than guys like Jacob Wheeler that are dominating tournaments more. That's the reality of the situation. Just because that knowledge does not equate into performance in a tournament does not diminish the fact that knowledge is not there. Now, here's one thing I want to say about people in bass fishing, or the guys out there that think they know more than what they do. Most anglers today that are at the top of their game, the majority of them, especially the younger anglers, the anglers in their 30s or younger, They are connected by an umbilical cord to their electronics. And I don't care if those electronics are GPS, 2D sonar, side imaging, down imaging, or the cheater box forward-facing sonar. The success that they have and the ability that they have to consistently do well is connected to that umbilical cord, which is a fake sense of, it gives you a fake sense of wisdom and strength in the sport. Because most people, what they do, the successful anglers now, the young crowds in their 30s and younger, the first thing they do is they get in their boat and they fire up their electronics, the 5 or 6 screens, whatever they have. That's the first thing they do. Now let's dial it back a little bit. Let's say, for example, the next time that you got into your boat, you don't have any electronics on your boat. You don't have a GPS, you don't have a 2D sonar, you got nothing in there. All you have is a boat and a trolling motor. This is what separates the hammers against the people that are fake hammers, that think they're hammers. Because somebody that knows a lot about bass fishing and understands the nuances and the subtleties, the seasonal patterns and the movement and things that trigger strikes, and understanding the mood and the personality of the fish, to where you get out there and you identify the mood and the personality of the fish based upon an endless list of variables. And once you identify the mood and personality of the fish, you know where to go. You know the areas to go. You know the baits to go to. You understand how to break down structure. That is something that comes only from decades and decades and decades on the water. If you put somebody out there that if they get in the boat and they feel that they have to turn those electronics on, not just the cheater box, but GPS or whatever, if they feel that if they don't turn that technology on, that they're going to be behind the 8 ball and they lose confidence. If you can honestly say that to yourself, if you're honest with yourself, you are not as good as what you think you are, and you don't know half of what you think about in fishing. If you cannot get into your boat with a boat and a trolling motor, run down the lake and break down and establish a pattern and fine-tune that pattern based upon every single variable that's going on that day with the conditions. And if you feel like you can't do that and you've got to have those electronics to put you on fish or find fish or show you around the lake, then you are still in kindergarten as a bass angler. I don't care if you're winning the Bassmaster Classic, you're still in kindergarten. And this is what I'm saying about people that think they know more about bass fishing than they do, because they're connected to that umbilical cord. They don't have the years of experience. You cannot take a 20-year-old live scoper that's winning a Bassmaster Elite Series tournament, or a 20-something dude out there that's winning the Classic, that is connected by that umbilical cord, and classify them as an angler that is superior to somebody that doesn't use that technology but can still catch fish. And that's where we have led a little bit. Technology has created this arrogance within the younger set of anglers out there that think they know think they're better than what they are. It's like, oh, hang it up, Grandpa. Your old ways they don't work anymore. Your old ways don't catch fish anymore. You need to just sit down in your rocking chair and just remember about the good old days. Those type of smart ass people out there, the smart ass comments that they make like that, they basically suck as bass anglers, because again, they don't have the skills to go out there and locate bass on a pure, primal, instinctual, creative level. And until you can do that, until you get out there, here's one litmus test, guys. Until you get into your boat and the morning you take off, if you take off the morning of the tournament with no electronics, zero, and your confidence level is still as high as it would be if you had all your cheater boxes and your 5 electronics and 20 live scope transducers, then you are not a real bass fisherman. You're a pseudo fake bass angler in the sense of what it really means to be a bass angler. So the point of the video, guys, is all you dudes out there that think you know everything and that you can't learn anything from me or any other YouTuber out there, or you don't think you can learn anything from Larry Nixon because he's 75 years old and he hadn't done good in tournaments lately, you need to completely reevaluate your viewpoint on bass fishing. You need to, get rid of the arrogance, tamp down the ego a little bit, and get some humbleness in you. And once you do that, then you can begin your path to becoming a hammer and a true bass angler. Until you break your addiction to forward-facing sonar, and until you break your addiction to your electronics on whatever level, you are never going to be classified as a great angler by anglers that know what it means to be a great angler out there. You'll never earn the respect of that. Respect in the sport and respect for other anglers out there is earned and it's not given. And there's also an element of professional courtesy. If you're one of the guys out there that slams these old geezers because they're old and stuck in their own ways, then you don't understand what professional courtesy is, and you don't understand what respect is. And until you develop those traits of professional courtesy and respect, you will never be respected by your peers or people older than you out there. So anyway, hope that resonates with some people out there. Like I said, there's a bunch of dudes out there that they just think that they know more than anyone else, even if you've been fishing for 50 years and have spent tens of thousands of days in the water. They sit in their armchair and, play the armchair professional angler, little trick there. But anyway, guys, just wanted to pass that along. Let me know what you all think, and we'll talk later.